Hi, this is Mike Regan with TranzAct's 2-minute warning for the week of November 14th. Last week I had the opportunity to visit with some great groups. I was out in Phoenix, Arizona for the Council of Supply Chain Management's Regional Roundtable Symposium, and then later on in the week I had the opportunity to visit with the people over at the American Copper Council. And folks, the topic of these presentations that we were going over was the war on trucking and what it means for your supply chain. Now, in last week's 2-minute warning, we talked about the fact that your transportation rates could go up by as much as 15 to 20% over the next 2 years, depending on how some critical issues play out. One of those issues, of course, was the hours of service issue. And last week, the Department of Transportation announced that they've released the rules to the Office of Management and Budget for scoring purposes. In other words, the Office of Management and Budget must determine the impact that the revised rules will have on the economy. Now that means one thing, that the argument that a lot of people have been making that the Department of Transportation retain the current hours of service is probably not going to happen. After all, if they were going to retain the current hours of service, there would be no need to have it scored by the Office of Management and Budget. Now there are some things we think are critically important for you to be aware of. First of all, whether you like it or not, these issues are going to affect what you pay for transportation in 2012. The second thing is, as we've been saying for many on the records, you need to get informed. The third thing we want to do, though, is to use this 2-minute warning as an opportunity to send out a visual save-the-date card. On February 1st, there will be a fly-in in Washington, D.C., and the theme of this fly-in is the need for carriers and shippers to stand up for trucking. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to get together in Washington, and hopefully we'll have a bunch of people there for us to go and take our concerns for both carriers and shippers over to our congressional and Senate representatives so that they understand the importance of trucking and what it means for carriers and for shippers. Now, with each 2-minute warning, we want to remind you, we're on your team and we're here to help. So if you have some comments or questions about the impact that these issues will have on your budget, we'd like to encourage you to give us a call or send us an email. Thanks for your time.